afternoon, my lovely grade 11s. Welcome to your English COVID classroom. I'm peeping at you and I hope you're working very hard and that all your work is up to date. You know that snowball that gets bigger and bigger. Do not let it catch you. I know you are lovely and you are diligently working at all your work. Right, for today's lesson, we're going to continue with the lesson which we started on conjunctions. This is now part 2 of that lesson. And today we are going to discuss the rule of since, okay? When I combine using since. Right, now 2 things that you need to, or 3 things rather. First of all, the part that follows or starts with since and the part that follows that can either have an in word, like since coming to this school or since starting my diet. There is no subject, no doer after the since. It's directly the word with the ing. In other words, there's no I, okay? Then the past tense time word could also follow the since. Since last night, since yesterday, okay? And we can also have the past tense verb. Since I started, okay? Since John won. And when they give you the verb, you will note that there will be a subject or a doer between the since and the verb. Since I started. I is the subject. Since John won, John is the subject, okay, or the doer. Then you need to remember the second action. First you start something, and then the second action, which will be in the next sentence. That part will get a has or a have, depending if it's one person for the S or more than one for the have, plus the third column form of your verb. Since coming to this school, I have made many new friends. That is my first sentence. Since coming, there's my ing to this school, I have made. So you will note that every second sentence has got a have or a has, depending on how many people has done it. Since last night, my past tense time word, last night, we, more than one, have had 145 millimeters of rain. Since yesterday, there's my other time word. In the past, I have already learned. There's my I have, not I has, but I have already learned 4 chapters of geography. Since I started my training, there's my past tense verb, started my training. My second sentence will then get a has or a have plus the third column. I have been feeling much better. Since John won, there's my subject John, there's my past tense verb won, okay? First prize, he has become quite famous. Right. Then we go to the next one. Combining sentences using after, when, or as soon as. Now, when I look at these, they basically all mean the same thing. After, when, or as soon as. After I've done it, when I've done it, as soon as I've done it. They mean the same thing. And the same rule will apply to all 3. First, you need to find out when is your action happening, sweeties. Remember we said when you find out it is in the present, then everything there in that sentence must happen in the present. Now you're combining 2 sentences into one, which means if it is in the present, the one action might be simple present and the other one carrying on in the present, present continuous. Or one action might be simple present and the other one has already finished in the present. And that is what we're getting at now. we are combining two sentences. And you will remember I told you that after and when are both time words for the present and the past perfect, which means when the action is perfected, it is finished. Ha ha ha. I am happy it is done. But when is it finished? Now I'm giving you two sentences. Mom whips the cream. She serves dessert. Both of them cannot happen at the same time. So the one that happens first, that needs to finish, okay, that one needs to get my happy word or my perfect word, has or have, that auxiliary verb that helps the perfect tense verb to show that it is finished. Ha ha. There's my ha ha. I am happy because it is finished. Okay, so let's read the two. And we see this. Say, check if the verbs are present or past. We've checked. They're both in the present. If the verbs are in the present tense, then the first action that is now finished, that one will get a has or a have, plus the third column of the verb. And the second one will just stay in the present. So it's easy. I don't look at the sentence which is going to be finished. I'm going to look at the one which is not going to be finished. And that one's verb tells me serves is present. So this must be present perfect, obviously. And that is where they get the has or the have, which you will use. So after I combine these two sentences using after Mom has whipped the cream, comma, small cap, because you're combining the two now, she serves it. I did not put a past and a present in the same sentence now. Both are in the present. One is finished in the present, and the other one is just plain present. It happens now. Okay, she had to finish whipping that cream. Now she serves it. Okay, so note, has, have, and had are all three auxiliary verbs for the present, for the perfect tenses, present and past. And they indicate that the action is finished or perfected when you put them with the verb. So if my second sentence is in the present, then the first one will get a has or a have. And if my second sentence is in the past, which we will see now, then obviously my first one will be in the past perfect, and I will put a had with it. If the verbs are in the past tense, the kettle boiled, past, and we made coffee, past. Now I'm combining these two sentences into one, using the word when as my conjunction. But now two things cannot happen at the same time. So I need to find out when are they happening. And then the action which is finished first will be perfected by putting a past perfect helping word with the verb. That auxiliary verb helps the verb into the past perfect to show this action is finished and now this one happened. Okay. The kettle boiled. We made coffee. We can't make coffee unless this kettle boiled. So this action must be finished. Now I'm going and I'm looking at the verb. When is made happening? Every day he makes. Yesterday he made. So it is in the past. Right. So that means my sentence is in the past. But the first action, which is finished, has to be perfected. You need to show the reader or the person that this action is done, and you put had with it to show it had boiled, and then we made coffee. Okay. Right, sweeties. Now, we have now established that we have to look at my 2 sentences to find out when they are happening. And then the one that must change, that are finished, that is the one that will determine, is it finished in the present or the past? Will it get a has or have or a had? And the since one, the second part of the sentence or the second sentence after the since part will get a has or a have. Right, I would like for you to have a look at this assignment. There are 13 sentences. I've incorporated some of this new work after, as soon as, when and since, but also some of the others. I would like for you to go and try your hand at them, and then I will send the answers through to your RCL member, and you can mark it when you have done it, and after I've done the next lesson, I will send the photo through with the others. I hope you are doing well. You need not worry about doing your prepared speech anymore, since we're not going to assess prepared speech any longer. So that at least is a bit of pressure off of you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. I will be sending some assignments through to you that you can complete in the meantime as well with your Friday work. Have a lovely day, and I miss you lots. Keep well. Bye-bye.